Okay, committee reports. Legislative update, Mrs. Shorter?
I just have a quick update. Excuse me. The Fair School Funding Plan, it's a group that's working on HB 1. So the FSFP work group recently completed testimony in the primary and secondary education finance subcommittee. So following their testimony, superintendents and treasurers from 5 regions around the state testified in support of HB 1 on behalf of over 1,000 school district leaders representing over 500 school districts in Ohio. Due to these efforts, they expect that House Bill 1 will be passed by the House of Representatives. In addition, they also believe that HB 1 will be included in the House version of the General Budget Bill, HB 110, which will also become Senate Bill 110. So things are going a little slower, but I think we're closer, than we've ever been. And I know it's still an uphill battle. Everyone understands how important fair school funding is. We continue to hope for the best because it's such a monumental step in finance, in education finance specifically. And so we'll continue to monitor that. We'll continue to keep our fingers crossed and stay on the pulse of things, and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
That's it.
Any questions for Mrs. Shorter?
I think I just read something in the Journal News, actually, just this week about some bills that hadn't advanced through committee yet, but they addressed the school report card.
Yes, that was, I thought that was actually 67 pertaining to testing. So if I'm not mistaken, HB 67 passed, and that was for a waiver on testing. I'm not sure if that's the one you're referring to specifically, but it's in regards to testing in general.
I think I saw something as well.
Yeah, I
maybe
think this
today,
one was about
to the report card itself.
revamping the report card.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, okay, yes, that is very true. In fact, all right, let me find it for you. Let's see how proficient possibly I've been with this.
While Mrs. Shorter's looking for that, there's a lot of discussion about modifying the state report card and, possibly going away from the A, B, C, D, F.
Yes.
Going to 6 different designations. We'll see what happens. It's hard to tell what exactly will happen. I see it as a positive, what I've read so far. Again, anything we can do to simplify the report card so that it's not so confusing. And again, when you have an overwhelming majority of the school districts in the state getting low ratings on a system, it's time to modify it. We've been saying that for quite some time, and not to rehash the whole Ed Choice debacle, but that's why it needs to be changed. You have schools being punished unnecessarily because of a report card system that's broken. So we'll see what happens, but it is a hot topic for discussion right now.
Yes, it is. So the particular bill, I couldn't find the exact name of it, but yes, it's actually being looked at right now. There's a few things that are percolating. Not only do you have the possible changes to the report card, there's also a bill that's proposed that would impact the way that school districts receive funding when they have districts that are receiving funding through income tax. So there's some changes happening there. That doesn't impact us. So there's also a measure that's out there that will take properties that are like foreclosed properties and things like that. Instead of those going back to those, or having the school district have the first right on the rights to purchase or what have you for those properties, instead of those going back to the school district, they're going to go to the state. So that would have an impact on districts here in Ohio. Not necessarily ours, but for those districts that are, in possession of those foreclosed properties, instead of those properties remaining in the hands of the state or in the hands of the school district, the local control, they would go to the state. So I can see some impacts there. But, there are lots of things that are going on at the state right now. Some are good and some are not so good. But, we'll continue to monitor it and try to keep an eye on things and to basically inform you about what's going on. So the latest, this was an SB 112. It's sponsored by Senator Matt Dolan, and this basically requires the abandoned land to be forfeited to the state instead of a school district as under current law. So if unsold after the first foreclosure sale, it eliminates the requirement to notify a school district upon receiving certification that a property has been offered for sale and is unsold. So I think that's one that a lot of school districts are probably not going to be very pleased about. So,
Thank you.
lots happening.
Any other questions for Mrs. Shorter? Thank you very much. Butler Tech update. Our graduation is set for Monday. I think it's May 17th. Is it Monday? Yes. One at 4 p.m. and one at 7 p.m. at the Cintas Center, the Natural Science Center, the School of the Arts, and the Bioscience Center will have the 4 p.m. graduation, and then the D. Russell Lee at Fairfield Township, they will be at the 7 p.m. graduation. And it's similar to what we're doing, just breaking up the ceremony so that students can have more attendees. Today I had a most wonderful lunch at the Cafe Lee at Butler Tech. It was an Italian dinner. They had like a seafood medley of calamari, octopus, cod, and there was another shrimp. It was just amazing, and that was just the appetizer. And then there was a lasagna. The piece of lasagna was probably 6 by 6. It was a huge piece of lasagna for lunch, and I couldn't even eat it all. And then a wonderful tiramisu for dessert. Just to show my ignorance a little bit, I didn't realize that there's a little bit of alcohol in tiramisu. So students couldn't have it, but it was great for the adults could buy it. But it was again, the students, they have to plan the meal, they have to buy the supplies, and then they have to prepare. I mean, even the butter is handmade. So I mean, all the breads, all the ingredients, the pasta, all that is handmade. And again, they were open on Thursdays and Fridays in the second semester, 11:30 until 1 p.m. And you can go to the website and make a reservation. And I had a wonderful lunch, like I said, with my wife and 2 daughters today, and I highly recommend getting over there and see what the kids are doing. That's all I have for Butler Tech today. Anybody have any questions? Okay, Planning Commission, Mr. Begley?
Oh, we did have a meeting last night, but only one minor residential matter on the agenda. Taken care of.
Okay, great. Student Achievement, Mrs. Gundrum?
Okay, so there are 2 groups that I want to mention tonight. The 2021 Ohio Business Professionals of America, they had we talked about their competition before during one of these student achievement updates, and apparently we've had 19 students qualify for the national level, which I think is just amazing. So congratulations to all of them. And then also the Fairfield Choral Music Department had a really nice showing at the, I'm going to say it wrong, Olentangy? Okay, I got it right. At their keynote classic back towards the end of March. And they won many awards, including Best Band. There were several Best Performer, Best Male Soloist, Best Choreography, all across middle school all the way through high school. So congratulations to all of them as well.
Great. Any questions or comments? Thank you very much.
Love to hear the great things the kids are doing. Thank you.
And Parks and Recreation, Mr. Clark.
Yes, so next Thursday is Earth Day, April 22, and at 1 o'clock at Huffman Park, Fairfield Park and Recreations Department, through a generous donation from Duke Energy, will celebrate the 51st anniversary of Earth Day with a ceremonial tree planting at Huffman Park and a groundbreaking ceremony for the future Duke Energy National Trail, end quote. Due to the COVID-19 restrictions, only a limited number of staff will attend on site, and they will bring it live on Facebook for that presentation at 1 o'clock. So that'd be pretty exciting. Duke has gave a donation to help build the trail, and that live presentation of the tree planting will be next Thursday at 1 o'clock, live on Facebook.
That's great.
Yeah.
And where is Huffman Park? Do you
It's
know?
in Fairfield.
In Fairfield, just
Oh,
off,
thank you.
just off John
You
Gray
caught me
Road,
off
next to
guard.
golf
I
course.
can't.
Oh,
tell you.
next to John Gray by the golf course. Okay.
Yeah, right there. Right. Yeah.
Oh, great. Awesome. And there's going to be a trail, nature trail there? Or?
Yeah. It'll walk
There's a paved
all the way around.
walk.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yep.
Anything else, Mr. Clark?
That is it. We have a meeting next Tuesday.
Okay,
We haven't had a meeting in 30 days.
fantastic.